Coming to you live, Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a Thursday morning.
Hey, stupid.
Excuse me, what did you call me?
Hey, stupid.
You know what I have to do?
Remove him from the chambers.
Yeah, remove that person from the chambers, please.
Shut up and take my money.
All right, I'll take your money, and I will run with it without a doubt.
Hey, stupid.
I thought I told you.
Remove him from the chambers.
Please get him out of here. Bonnie, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning. Excellent, Evan. And just don't trip and fall when you're running with that
Don't
money.
let the door kick you in the arse when you walk out. Definitely.
Absolutely so.
Maybe it should. I don't know. Anyway, it's a Thursday morning, and we're off and running. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't know where my mind's going to take me this morning. I guess I could first start off with that. I was on the Ellen DeGeneres show yesterday.
Yeah, you were, weren't you?
Yeah.
And were you like in a good setting where like people watching at home on their TVs
Yeah, they'll
could
see
see
me.
you pretty good in the
They'll
audience?
see me. The episode's going to air on Friday and on Monday. They taped two different segments, two different parts for two different shows. So the studio audience is going to be on two different shows. I can't reveal anything about the show, though. I'm not allowed to by law because I had to sign what's called a confidentiality agreement. So all I can say is just watch on Friday and watch on Monday or Tuesday. I'll be in a salmon colored shirt.
Okay.
I'm kind of in about the fourth row. If you're looking up into the audience, I'm about 4 rows and all the way to the right.
Sweet. I could just imagine watching this at home, Evan. Like, what if on the show Ellen selected you in the audience with your image there and pulled you up on the stage?
Well, that's how is that possible? I'm in a television monitor.
Well,
That's impossible.
No,
to
I'm
do.
saying she would go into the audience and pull. Aren't you in like a cardboard cutout or something?
Mhm.
And that is your image. Yeah, wouldn't that be something if she reached out and selected you and used you on stage for some sort of prop or something?
I don't know how that could be done. I mean, she'd have to carry the whole flipping monitor up on the stage.
Well, I think
is
she
what
has
she'd have to do.
I think she has a pretty good crew there and a hoist of men that could probably help her do that.
Yeah, but then they'd have to destroy everything because they got to disconnect this and disconnect that. There's a lot of technical crap involved in all that stuff. So I think they leave everything right exactly where it is. But I tell you what, it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. There's a lot of energy. I learned a lot about the show and how the show runs, especially during the commercial breaks. It was just a lot of fun. I had a great time. It was just me and a studio audience and my computer. And I sat probably about 6 feet back from my computer. They frame you up in this little frame that they have that shows you what you're going to look like. And about 10 minutes before Ellen comes out, they do what's called a crowd warm up. So it was a lot of fun. I really had a good time.
So is that what they're kind of like doing during the commercial breaks, warming up the crowd a little bit more, or what's going on behind the scenes there?
Well, like before the show starts, they have a guy that does a crowd warm up. And let me see if I can remember his Instagram name because they did tell us to follow him on Instagram. Let me see if I could find his name.
So is it a guy like putting up an applaud sign or some
No,
sort of
no,
thing?
no,
Everybody
absolutely,
clap?
absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Tommy Riles is the guy's name. Tommy Riles. This is him on the set yesterday. Right there. That's his Instagram picture.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of what everything looks like. That's the monitors that you're on right there.
Oh, those are huge picture setups.
Yeah. And I can legally talk about this because this is on Instagram and it's public knowledge.
I see.
So we have a whole studio audience. And it was just, it was really cool. It was very, very, very cool.
Any thing happening where maybe you can meet Ellen in up and coming moments where maybe you could have a meet and greet with Ellen herself?
Well, she comes out at the end of the show and she addresses the studio audience, the virtual studio audience. She talked with all of us after the show was over, which I thought was extremely, very, very nice. Spent a few moments with us. And then she left the stage and it was over and we were all dismissed. And, you know, it's just a great production, the way the whole thing is put together. Definitely a great vibe. You can definitely tell there's a new vibe on the show with all the allegations that went down in the news media. So it's definitely a very, very relaxed atmosphere there. It really is.
But does she still come out like dancing and jumping around, bringing a lot of pep, and energy?
Yeah, she
She's
comes
still
out. She comes out.
electrified.
She comes out. She does her opening monologue. Can't talk about what the monologue was. Again, it's confidentiality, but she does her opening monologue and then she introduces Twitch, and Twitch comes out and he dances. He goes up in the crowd and he dances with a couple of TV screens and this and that. And then Twitch sits down and then Ellen does her opening, her opening bits and the different things that she does. And that goes on for about 10-12 minutes, and then we go into our first commercial break, and then the guest comes on, and the guest, she had some awesome guests on yesterday. That's all I can say.
If there was ever a show I would probably want to go on to, it would be The Price is Right. And I think they're doing that on a virtual note too now.
Yeah.
Like it's virtual somehow. And it's kind of like hard to say how they're doing it, because like if people are watching virtually, I don't know how they're monitoring the people to not be able to look up the prices when the pricing game comes on.
Right.
So there has to be like a way that they're handling that situation. And like I know a lot of the shows that I watched now with Drew Carey, a lot of them I certainly would have had to be taped earlier because, women are still running up there and hugging him. And, of course, he's always going to seriously get that lady giving him that big hug, maybe a kiss on the cheek, too.
Right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for daytime TV's longest running game show, The Price is Right. Bonnie Ashley, come on down. You're the next contestant in The Price is Right.
I would have to be like out there acting sort of goofy and jumping up and down or doing some sort of thing.
There you
they
go.
usually look for somebody that's kind of like going to be good for a show, and
that's as close as I could get you to being on The Price is
Price
Right.
is Right.
That's the best I can do for you.
And it gave me goosebumps when you said that's like the longest running show, because it's seriously, I think I remember watching it ever since I was 4 or 5 years old, which was a really, really long time ago.
Oh, don't say that. You're giving your age away, for gosh sakes.
And Bob Barker wasn't gray when he had that full set of just that brownish black hair.
Yep.
And then who was it? Pennington, I think, was the name of the one of the TV models on there. Oh, I remember a really pretty.
Oh, Janice
Pennington.
Janice
right?
Pennington, and she posed for Playboy magazine, and that got a lot of caused a lot of turmoil in The Price is Right. And I actually went out and I bought that Playboy magazine, and I still have it to this day.
I remember like a really pretty redhead model on the show too. For the life of me, I don't remember her name, but I think she was modeling right in those days with Janice Pennington and, some of the really early ones. There was just a little doll of a redhead with kind of like shoulder length hair that I remember.
Right. She was born in 1942, an American former model, and was one of the original Barker's beauties on The Price is Right.
Yeah. It's like, woo, you get Hugh Hefner's women and you get the Barker's beauties.
Right. There she is right there. They've got a picture of her on eBay. Somebody's selling the picture, the centerfold picture, Miss May.
Wow,
there it is right
gorgeous.
there.
I didn't know. I didn't realize that her skin was so tan.
Yeah.
Like in those piercing blue eyes. That's a beautiful old classic early 1970s picture.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm kind of going. I don't know where this is going to take me. It's taking me to some pictures, But yeah, she's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous.
And now for the ladies, we have male models have been on The Price is Right too.
Yeah, they're using guys now.
Yeah.
There's one guy, I can't think of the guy's name. I sent him a private message on Instagram because I wanted to get him on the program and talk to him about The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Et
like
cetera,
where he
so
got
on and
his
so
start.
forth. Yeah,
and
where he got his start and all that
how
stuff.
he got in and
Mhm.
lots of auditioning, and it makes you kind of wonder. But I think the guys are doing just as well as the lady models are.
Yeah.
And in the full spirit of now, I think they need to be there. I think it's a cool addition.
Oh, I think it's a great addition. They've had guys on for quite some time, and I like the fact that they carry on the tradition, Bob Barker's tradition, at the very end of the program. Where they say control your pet population, get your dogs and cats spayed or neutered, which I think is a very good thing. And then also they've carried on the tradition with the microphone, the long stick microphone, as they call it.
Okay.
Where Bob Barker used to use that long stick microphone that was attached to a cord.
Yeah.
And then they eventually made it go cordless. And it's still a long stick microphone. And to this day, Drew Carey uses that long stick microphone. That's like a staple.
You're right. I've seen him do that. And
Mhm.
that redhead I was talking about, the pretty redhead,
Yeah.
I believe her name was Holly.
Oh, yes. Yeah, right.
Holly Hallstrom.
Yes, Holly. Yes, I
Yeah.
remember Holly very well. It was Holly
wasn't
and
she
Janice.
cute?
Holly and Janice were the Barker's beauties back in the day.
Yeah. She's 68 years old today.
Oh, my.
Uh-huh.
Wow. And she's probably just as gorgeous as she was back in the day on the Price is Right.
Yeah. I'm absolutely. She truly is. Let's see. Who is the oldest model on The Price is Right now?
Mm-hmm.
It would be Jane Pennington.
Yeah, Janice Pennington.
She's older than Holly then.
How old is she? She's like 70 now?
Let's see. American former model, former actress. She's best known for one of the originals, longest serving Barker's Beauty.
Right.
I'm not finding here.
They should have a reunion.
She was born in 1942.
42.
If you can figure out
Okay,
that
so
math.
that's 70. 42. If you add 60 to that, that's 02.
I think she would be like 76.
Yeah, or something like
75 or
that.
76.
She's in her 70s.
Yes.
But I think they should have a reunion show where they bring back Holly as well. And I don't know about bringing Bob Barker back. That just won't happen. But I think it would be very, very cool to do that.
Yeah,
It'd be a lot of fun.
It would be cool. Do they ever? I should know. I've watched it enough. I'm trying to think if they ever zoom in to Bob Barker when they're doing a show.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. They do that. Another show that comes to mind from way back in the day is Family Feud. That's another classic show.
Oh yes,
because of Richard Dawson. Richard Dawson was always known for kissing all the women. Yeah, he was always known for kissing all the women.
He would have been passing around that COVID for sure.
Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so.
Or maybe the mono might come from kissing people too.
Right. They always open up the show. The announcer would always go, "It's time for the Family Feud." And now here's your host, Steve Harvey.
And
That's the way they do it.
And I like Steve Harvey on the show too.
Yeah,
I think
he's good.
He does
He adds
phenomenal.
he adds a lot of good comedy to the show.
He absolutely does. But I think my favorite one is on Let's Make a Deal. My favorite host ever is like Wayne Brady.
Oh, really?
There's just something so likable about him and seriously funny.
He's got a lot of swag.
And I think he's on Who's Lying in It?
Mhm.
Swag, you're right. And he can just come up with, all these jokes and different voices and sing and do everything spontaneously.
Now, you know who the original host of Let's Make a Deal was, right?
Was it Monty
Come on.
Hall?
Yes, Monty Hall.
Okay.
Monty Hall. Yes, Monty Hall.
Wow.
Monty Hall.
Yeah, just think people like when that show came out too. I know your grandma and grandpa back in the day were back home loving that show.
Everybody had to wear a costume to get on Let's Make a Deal. That was the whole gimmick.
That's fun.
So it was basically Halloween 365 days a year on that program. That was a lot of fun.
It is.
It is 6:21. Let's head on over to the news desk where Bonnie is not in costume, but she does have the headlines this morning.
Good morning, Evan. Investigators believe they have found the source of threatening emails sent to registered Democrats in Florida and elsewhere. The email sent this week warned recipients the sender would come after them if the recipient didn't vote for President Trump. The Director of National Intelligence and the FBI announced last night the emails came from Iran. With millions of voters already cast in the November general election, Secretary of State Laurel Lee is asking the Florida Supreme Court to reject a last-minute attempt to kill Amendment 3 that would allow voters to cast ballots in primary elections regardless of party affiliation. Opponents say it would make it harder to elect Black candidates. Lee says the concern should have been raised months ago. Glenn Burhans, with the group pushing Amendment 3, agrees.
They're trying to stop an election reform in the middle of an election. I find that very ironic. And of course, as the Secretary noted, would cause incredible confusion amongst the electorate.
The state Republican and Democratic parties have fought the amendment, including arguing at the Supreme Court late last year that the measure should not be allowed to go before voters. Concerned about the uncertainty of voting on Election Day during a pandemic, 720,000 Floridians have already taken advantage of the early voting option that began Monday in most of the state. 2.9 million vote-by-mail ballots have been received. Another 2.9 million ballots have not yet been returned. Amendment 4, which passed in Florida in 2018, restored voting rights for people with past felony convictions after they have completed their sentences, including parole or probation. WPTV's news anchor Shannon Cake has more.
For some, this year's election will be the first time they have voted in a very long time. Today, the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition's Free the Vote bus arrived in Fort Pierce to promote early voting in St. Lucie and Indian River counties. The bus tour, part of a statewide initiative to get all registered returning citizens, people with past felony convictions, to vote in this upcoming election. We spoke with someone who will have the ability to vote for the first time in 16 years.
I could not be more grateful for everybody who passed Amendment 4, or know that this is purpose in my life, and I want to take it seriously, and I want to show the gratitude by being a good citizen and encouraging other people to get out and be full participants in the community.
The coalition's next event will be held at Nelson's Outreach Ministries in Riviera Beach this Saturday. If you'd like more information, you can go to our website, WPTV.com.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told Contact 5 his agency is prepared and paying attention everywhere to reassure voters headed to the polls or ballot drop box this election. Contact 5 investigator Michael Buchner sat down with the Palm Beach County Sheriff and has this.
Temperature across the United States is pretty high, without a doubt. So, radar is up and we're making sure that everything's going to go smooth here.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told Contact 5 his agency is prepared and paying attention everywhere to reassure voters headed to the polls or ballot drop box this election.
That our resources are deployed appropriately and we have the necessary plans in place to make sure that they'll be safe, they'll be comfortable, they won't be intimidated.
Have there been any threats that have been made that maybe have you concerned?
No, not so far.
Nothing.
Nope.
Sheriff Bradshaw, who's running for re-election and seeking a fifth term, told Contact 5 that he's in almost daily communication with Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections, Wendy Sartori-Link.
Have a great relationship with the Supervisor of Elections. We're making sure the tabulation sites are secure, that they're not going to be disrupted. You have a number of sites where people can actually physically put their mail-in ballot into a box. So we physically have eyes on it. Between her staff and mine, it's monitored 24 hours a day to make sure nobody tampers with those boxes.
The sheriff understandably declined to answer specific questions about manpower during early voting and on Election Day, saying he doesn't discuss operational issues. We also asked him about his efforts to monitor social media for any alarming chatter about the election.
We're in charge of Homeland Security for South Florida. So you can read into that what you like, but we're able to gather the intelligence that we need to get for whatever threat's going to be in South Florida.
What is your message to anyone thinking about maybe going to the polls and maybe trying to intimidate voters?
It's not going to work for you. We're not going to tolerate any type of disruption at the polls.
And the sheriff also offered this assurance to Palm Beach County voters looking to cast their ballot.
No one's going to harass you. No one's going to try to intimidate you.
In Palm Beach County, Michael Butchner, WPTV News Channel 5.
It was Brandon Lowe who homered twice as the Rays dropped the Dodgers 6-4 in Game 2 of the World Series in Arlington. Tampa Bay ties the best of 7 set at 1 game each. Lowe says the whole Rays lineup is dangerous.
I mean, it shows that there's no quit, and it doesn't matter who it is up at the plate. It's 1 through 9 and then some with the guys on the bench. It's a scary lineup to face, and I think we got a lot more to prove.
Lowe hit 2 home runs in last night's game. Game 3 is tomorrow, and the game time is 8:08 start time tomorrow night. You can hear that on 1590 WPSL, our sister station. News time is 6:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
.628, the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's a Thursday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, some road construction on the Turnpike this morning. So Turnpike southbound in the Hobe Sound area, look for the left lane there to be blocked for now. And Turnpike northbound Port St. Lucie at mile marker 140, the right lane is blocked. But no accidents or tie-ups. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 79 in Stewart. In Silver City, New Mexico, it's 58 and partly cloudy. Here's our forecast, WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s. More clouds and rain moving in from off the ocean and some patchy fog for that morning commute. This afternoon, scattered rainfall in some pockets of bigger downpours, which could lead to some localized flooding in spots. Highs today in the mid-80s. Tonight, isolated rainfall with lows in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, more sunshine with lower rain chances and highs in the mid-80s. For the weekend, rain chances at 40% on Saturday, a 50% chance for rain on Sunday, highs in the mid-80s. Early next week, drier air moves in and rain chances on the lower side. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Are you ready for an exciting and challenging day?
No, wait, yes.
Why exactly are you here?
It's Thursday. Rise and grind.
Okay, back to the old grind.
Wow. Come on, back to work.
I've never heard you talk like that before. Then maybe you should listen.
It's Thursday. Let's start the day off with some fun. Real fun. Let's start the show. Let the show begin.
Let the show begin. It's Thursday, Bonnie.
Yep, Thursday.
It's the Thursday edition. That means one day away from Friday, which means the weekend is here again.
Should mean there should be no pressure on you.
No.
Except to get yourself ready before the weekend. And, there's preparation for that usually, too.
Yeah.
Like for me, usually it's having my house clean so that I can go out carefree on a Saturday and do as I please.
I know somebody that's already started the weekend, and that was last Friday. That was Fredo. Fredo did that.
Oh, he did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he started yesterday for Phil's birthday weekend.
Yeah, he's like starting to celebrate. I just hope that he's practicing up his rock and rolling.
Yeah.
And, getting the band ready for Phil's big birthday bash here on Monday.
Yeah, Monday it's going to be a party here in studio because we're going to have a lot of people in here. We're going to have the big birthday party. Then, of course, Brian Bosio is going to be here with the one chip challenge for one of his fellow police officers.
I'm wondering, boy, oh boy, I'm wondering if Mr. Bosio would eat just a little sliver of that potato chip.
He won't. He won't do it.
I could just imagine him, like his face would be turning completely red, I bet.
He won't do it. And I have a note in my calendar to make sure and go buy a small container of buttermilk, unless you want to do that for Monday, because remember they said buttermilk is something you should drink.
I could bring buttermilk
inside.
And I hope I remember. What I'll do is I'll put a big Post-it note on my refrigerator for myself.
Okay.
And if you want to give me a little text or shout out on Sunday.
I'll be busy all day, unfortunately. I've got a bridal show to do this Sunday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be busier than a one-armed bandit in Vegas.
Okay, so I'm just going to do it and remember the buttermilk. Darn straight. I'll remember that buttermilk.
Just bring just a very small container. If you have a little cooler, put it in a little cooler so it stays cool.
Oh, right. I've got my little cool packs at home that I take out to the beach with me when I take beverages to the beach.
You have a little lunch bag or something like that you can put it in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So you're in charge of the buttermilk, so I don't have to worry about that.
Let me write it down.
Yeah.
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk for Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need. Buttermilk. I've got all the other, and I'm going to bring. I'll bring the birthday cake. I'll bring the plates. I'll bring the forks and the knife to cut the cake. I'm just going to get a very small round cake.
Yeah.
Something plain and simple.
Something kind of tasty, though.
Yeah, and on Phil's side, that where we cut, I'm gonna stick in a bunch of these jelly beans.
Okay.
As a joke.
Maybe go to Publix and pick up one of their.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Tasty cakes from the deli.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do over the weekend.
But we can't ruin one of their good sweet cakes with those jelly bellies.
Oh, come on.
Are
Phil will never
know.
He'll never know.
He might know now because he might be listening for sure.
Well, don't listening, and hopefully Fredo's not listening, and
hopefully Phil's just kind of like sleeping in on this. I almost said Monday.
Yeah.
I know we're only on Thursday here.
So Monday's going to be an action-packed show. It's going to be a very hot show, as they say, but then again, all our shows are very hot, right, Bonnie?
Yes, and hot and sweet on Monday with the cake.
Hot and sweet. Let's do some birthdays, anniversaries. Actually, no, not birthdays, anniversaries. That's 7:00. Let's do some viral videos.
Yeah.
I almost got it bass backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. That wouldn't have been good. Anyway, not too many viral videos out, but are you interested in hearing a guy strumming a guitar while his very talented bird whistles and carries a tune better than a lot of singers?
Better than a lot of singers. Is he better than Aretha Franklin?
I don't know. Let's listen in. That's pretty amazing.
The bird doesn't do too bad.
No. Not at all. Wow. This bird's pretty darn good. Sings better than a lot of people I know. That's the bird That's the bird doing that.
It was almost soothing until the bird reached that high note. And then I kind of went.
And it sings too. Wow.
That was the bird doing it
Yeah.
for sure.
Wow.
It wasn't the guy playing the guitar.
No.
The bird said, "Ooh, pretty bird."
Yeah. Wow.
I love it. And, that bird must just start whistling every time that fella brings out his guitar and starts playing.
It's 29 degrees in central Wisconsin from Tony Matson.
Oh, yeah. And just like they've been getting like a blanket of snow, too. You told me off air yesterday, Evan, you said it's a good thing you're not going to Wisconsin.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, if you can hear us, give us a call, 220-9788, area code 772-220-9788. Give us a call. Love to hear from you. It's been a while.
I would love to go up there and go skiing this winter, actually.
Hey, Bonnie, you see this empty bottle I have here? See the garbage can behind the door?
Yes.
How much you give me if I make it in there? Over the door.
I'll give you
How much you give me?
$2 on me.
All right, here we go. Dang.
You were
I
probably
missed.
practicing that yesterday.
No,
when
I
was
just did that.
But it came close.
Came close. All right, maybe we'll go 2 for 2.
It
Who
looked
knows?
like you could have been practicing there
All right.
somewhere.
Anyway, there's a guy that did a spoof of news shows where the talking heads argue just for arguing. He sets it up by playing a kid who's a news reporter, dad, accidentally switched the rectangle's homework and with notes about North Korea. Then it cuts to him playing the dad and the two other news guys, and they go on and on and on and on and banter. Let's listen. Here we go.
And that is why my most favorite shape is the rectangle. Okay, that was very good, Jeremy. Now, Caleb,
One guy
can you
does
go
all
ahead with your
this.
presentation, please? Yeah, okay. The way that the U.S. government has handled the situation in North Korea is a disgrace. Hey, Caleb, what? Well, the presentation's supposed to be about your favorite shape. What's that about? Oh, well, my dad packed my bag this morning, so maybe he accidentally gave me his paper and took mine. What does your dad do for a living, Caleb? I think he argues with people on TV. Oh my God. Now, hold on a second. You wouldn't even be here without rectangles. Okay, well, riddle me this. How many sides does a triangle have? No, we're not here to talk about how many sides a triangle has. Don't try to change the subject. No, but just answer the question. How many sides does a triangle have? People have different opinions on that. I'm not going to sit here and debate. What I do know is that rectangles have proven time and time again. Of course you would bring up rectangles. What I want you to do is admit that triangles have 3 sides. Can you do that? Well, obviously some people have different opinions on that. I've never counted the sides. I don't know anyone who's counted the sides. That's willfully ignorant is what that is. I'm sorry, I don't think we should just blindly praise triangles without bringing up all the good that rectangles have to offer. No, we're going to have to interrupt that right there. It seems like we have some breaking news. Some violence has broken out between rectangle supporters and triangle supporters in the downtown core. More on that in a second, right after this. James politician claims.
Jeez.
He does pretty well arguing.
One guy did that.
Arguing and debating back and forth with
Yeah.
himself. And
Just one guy did that whole entire bit. I was like, wow, okay. I guess he's got more time on his hands than Carter's got pills.
He is like really talented.
Yeah, he's very, very talented.
Hey, Evan, this
Yeah.
isn't a viral video, but look at the picture of this little boy with his granny there.
My grand something.
Yep.
I can't read it.
Like a lady with her grandson.
Mhm.
So her grandboy is cute with a nice little tassel hat on, a red tassel hat.
Adorable.
And this boy, he's pretty amazing. He's 11-year-old Romeo Cox.
Mhm.
And he recently finished walking 1,700 miles just to visit his grandma.
Oh, I heard about that story. Yes.
Lives with his parents in Italy. His grandma is in England. He hadn't seen her in over a year. There weren't any flights, so he tried to convince his parents to let him walk there by himself and wouldn't shut up about it, so his dad eventually agreed to go with him. They left in June, spent 93 days hiking through Italy, Switzerland, through France. They found a wild donkey along the way, even to carry their
Wild
stuff.
donkey. Okay.
They took a boat across the English Channel and made it to her house near London late last month.
Nothing like finding a jackass to carry your stuff.
And a wild one, for
Wild-
sure.
Excuse me. What, Mr. Wild Jackass, will you carry my things?
Maybe
Oh,
it was
Lord.
it was an opportune moment that they ran into him.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah,
Oh, boy.
what a reunion. What a nice
That's cute. That's
yeah.
adorable. Bonnie, did you know that January is the most popular month for divorces out here in the United States?
January.
Everybody gets divorced in January.
Now,
You know
why
why?
is that?
Because after the holidays, they get all the gifts and then they run and get divorced.
Because
That's why.
one of the spouses runs up all the credit cards
Exactly.
without the other spouse knowing about
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Did you know a study suggests that if you have trouble going to sleep, you should try wearing sunglasses about an hour and a half before bedtime? Now, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that this evening because I have a sleep issue. I've been trying all sorts of things, and my wife bought me these gummies lately that I take before I go to bed.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're working or if my body is immune to melatonin now.
Oh.
I don't know. So you know what? I'm going to try putting on a pair of sunglasses tonight around 7:30 and then go to bed at 9:00.
You should make some fun of it too. Make a TikTok video of yourself.
I don't do TikTok.
And do I wear my sunglasses at night?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That would be you, and you can be bobbing your head around
To the beat of the song.
wearing the head glasses.
I'll ask Joanne to do that for me. She's like the TikTok queen.
Yeah.
Did you know that coffee grown in 50 different counties is consistently the second most bought sold item in the stock markets? Over $8 billion a year, Bonnie. $8 billion a year.
Should invest in a coffee bean, right?
Yeah, I know what the wife wants for Christmas this year. She wants a new Keurig.
She does.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she wants a new Keurig.
Is your Keurig broke or something?
No, we've just had it for 11 years.
Oh,
It's 11 years old. It's like one of the original ones.
yours lasted that long?
Yeah, unfortunately it did. Believe it or not. I don't drink coffee. The wife drinks coffee.
Yeah,
But she takes care of her Keurig.
we bought a Keurig last year, and it only lasted for a year. Not
Oh,
even a year. I don't
okay.
know what happened to the poor thing.
Oh,
But
it bit the dust.
I'm feeling it has to go in the dumpster pretty soon.
Okay.
Pretty soon.
Did you know that the average time for a road rage experience to occur is between 5 and 6 p.m. on Fridays?
Uh-huh.
5 and 6 o'clock on Fridays, road rage. And just like January is the most popular month for divorces. So if you take the two, combine them together, then on Fridays in January, you can have road rage and get divorced. Pretty
Yeah.
simple. Did you know 25% of people spend more time basking in the sauna or hot tub at the gym than exercising?
Really?
Yes. Yes, they're
Oh.
basking.
Oh, I don't think I would want to go in maybe the sauna I would. I'm not sure I'd want to lie in a hot tub at the
Mhm.
gym with all of the other sweaty bodies jumping in.
Yeah. Did you know a recent survey found that 47% of people said it's never okay to sell your wedding dress on eBay? Now, I beg to differ with that because after we got married, after Rachel and I got married, we sold her wedding dress on eBay.
Yeah,
We sold it
and I
and
would
we
say-
made back everything that we spent on it. So it was a win-win.
and I would say why not?
Mhm.
Why would that be unacceptable?
You're never going to wear it again,
Anyway,
you know?
and then you could
It
pass on
costs so much money to get it pressed.
the baton to some lucky young lady that will want to wear that wedding dress.
Mhm. Did you know, Bonnie, that over 43,000 of pints of donated blood are used every day in the United States? 43,000 pints of donated blood are used every day in the USA.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blood.
Yeah, that is, and it's incredible how we even hear the stories where they need more, and the plasma donations too.
And lastly, here's a very interesting stat. Did you know that a study suggests that women with blonde hair make more money than women without blonde hair?
Oh,
Maybe you should dye your hair blonde.
yeah, I tried that before.
Did you? You were a blonde once?
Yeah,
No.
it was years ago.
Really?
Years ago, like when I moved
How
down here.
blonde did you go?
Just not like the blonde,
Like
blonde.
white blonde?
I think more like a sandy blonde.
Did you do your eyebrows and everything too?
I didn't. That was my big mistake.
Mhm.
It's because my hair looked so light and my eyes were so dark
See,
with
a lot
my
of people
eyebrows.
do that. Like when they dye their a lot of ladies when they dye their hair blonde,
Yeah.
they don't do their eyebrows or any other hair on their body. So it's like it doesn't look natural.
Well, actually, like my eyebrows aren't that astounding anyway. Where they're really on the light side,
Right.
the weak side anyway. So, but yeah, I just I got away with it for a while, but then I've just thought, I'm just going to go back to
All right, wait a minute.
looking
I'm
original.
confused here because she just said something. Your eyebrows are on the weak side. So how do you have strong eyebrows and weak eyebrows? What's the difference?
Well, I'm just saying they're a little on the light, weak looking side. I wish I had the darker, more darker brow like some of those models do.
What would you do if you had a unibrow? You know what a unibrow is, right?
That's like your.
So it's all
one,
connected.
Is one eyebrow?
Yeah,
that
I got a
goes
perma
over
marker over here. We could make you a unibrow and draw you a unibrow.
I don't know if I've ever seen a picture of anybody with a unibrow. Or,
Really?
Have you ever seen that?
Google it. You'll see.
I have
There's
to.
tens of thousands of picture.
Okay.
Just Google unibrow pic.
Okay.
See, go ahead and find one.
Unibrow-
Unibrow pic. Unibrow picture.
Okay.
That's all you got to do.
Pictures.
Unibrow pictures.
And I'm going to see some people on there with the.
Oh, you'll see more than some.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
Right? I told you.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing what you find on Google.
It is.
Right?
Why?
They're a dime a dozen.
I've never seen that on anyone
Right?
before. I mean, I've heard of the unibrow, but
Yeah.
I
Well, there you go. Now you've seen it, Bonnie.
just thought it might be a made up thing like the unicorn.
No.
But they're
There's actually people that have a unibrow.
That's amazing.
There you go. You can take that one home to Gary and tell Gary you learned about what a unibrow really looks like.
Yeah. Some of those brows I'm rather jealous.
Pretty intense.
They're very astounding.
Yeah, pretty intense. It's 6:48. Let's go to the unibrow news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. The Martin County School District is the first district on the Treasure Coast to create a COVID-19 dashboard for parents to see. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
Today, the new school district dashboard shows that there has been 54 cases of coronavirus confirmed by the Martin County Department of Health.
It's really nice to have so I can look and make sure that the cases aren't rising above a certain percentage rate.
Inside Martin County schools, there's a new way for parents to track coronavirus cases through the district's dashboard.
I really like the part where you can see if anybody is quarantining from the schools versus how many cases there really are.
Brandy Murray has one child who attends Jensen Beach Elementary. She says she's relieved to see the school district disclosing cases.
I think that will be extremely helpful just for the county to have transparency for all the parents.
On the dashboard, parents can see cases by date, school, and grade level. It also shows how many students have had to quarantine, both total and currently.
When we go back, I'll be probably checking it like every day.
Lisa Yansarak says she thought there would have been more than 54 total cases to date.
It's very important to us that we know that they have, that someone has COVID, because this way we know we can switch them back to virtual.
She says she wishes the dashboard would have been created sooner.
It would have put a lot of parents at ease knowing what's going on in school. A lot of parents believe that the schools aren't being 100% informative and honest with what's going on.
And the Martin County School District wants to remind parents that students should be kept home from school if anyone inside the house is symptomatic, awaiting test results, or has COVID-19. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
The final presidential debate is tonight in Tennessee, and the debate commission has changed the rules, allowing the moderator to mute the candidates' microphones. Florida Atlantic University's Kevin Wagner says it is sad it has come down to this.
The idea that we can't have two candidates for the presidency of the United States respectfully listen to the other side before interjecting themselves is disappointing. And the fact that we have to mute microphones to allow that to happen, not a great moment in American politics.
The commission canceled the second debate, which was supposed to be held in Miami, because President Trump did not want to do it virtually. Florida workers whose livelihoods depend on the cruise industry want the no-sale order to expire at the end of the month with no more extensions.
We need our jobs back, and we need them back now. We have been out of work for far too long. It's been far too long.
Most cruise lines suspended operations in March at the start of the pandemic. Provisioners, longshoremen, and others who depend on those cruise ships protested at ports across Florida yesterday, saying they're eager to get back to work. Lastly, a former Florida deputy accused of having sex with a 15-year-old girl has pleaded guilty to federal child pornography charges. Travis Ryan Pritchard, age 37, pleaded guilty Wednesday in Jacksonville federal court to producing an image of a child being sexually abused and possessing an image of a prepubescent child being sexually abused. The former Clay County deputy faces up to 50 years in prison at sentencing. A sentencing date wasn't immediately announced. The reason the Washington football team is called, well, the Washington football team is because they didn't dump the name Redskins until July, and 2 months just wasn't enough time to make it give it a new name. Now it looks like a year and 2 months won't. We'll be calling them the Washington football team next season too. President Jason Wright said, quote, "I think next year is fast because of the brand has to come together through uniforms, through approval processes, through the league. We could get there quicker, but it's actually pretty hard to get there that quickly because of all the steps that need to happen." News time 6:52, weather and traffic together next.
On the Get Up and Go show, the Thursday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, right here in Martin County, we do see one accident. It's southbound on the turnpike in Hobe Sound. It's southbound once again at mile marker 122. Other areas are looking the county. No accidents up that way to report for now. There's your latest look at traffic. And it is 77 in Odense, Denmark. It's partly cloudy and 58. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s. More clouds and rain moving in from off the ocean and some patchy fog for that morning commute. This afternoon, scattered rainfall in some pockets of bigger downpours, which could lead to some localized flooding in spots. Highs today in the mid 80s. Tonight, isolated rainfall with lows in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, more sunshine with lower rain chances and highs in the mid 80s. For the weekend, rain chances at 40% on Saturday, a 50% chance for rain on Sunday, highs in the mid 80s. Early next week, drier air moves in and rain chances on the lower side.
TV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:58 on the Get Up and Go show, approaching 6:59. 1 hour down, 2 to go, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. Joe Catcherbone's going to be here from the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce. I had the pleasure of going over there last week and getting a tour of the facility, and I must say, quite impressive facility, Bonnie. Very, very nice. Very class operation there, I must say.
Yeah, that's right out there on Canner Highway,
Mhm.
isn't it? I pass
Yeah.
it from time to time.
Yeah, very, very nice. You should go over and introduce yourself sometime and get a little tour of the facility. Make sure, of course, wear your mask when you go in there. But I met the fine folks at the chamber. I saw Joe's palatial office, and boy, he's got an office that's kind of like the Oval Office, as far as I'm concerned.
I would believe so because Joe, he's a fine dresser. He dresses very much, very presidential.
He's a class act. In fact, next Thursday, it's going to be our big spooktacular Halloween Zoom costume contest with all the folks from the chamber. So it's going to be really cool. We'll be giving away some gift certificates to Ellie's Downtown Deli as well. We have to step back for a moment. We're WSTU Stuart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
7:07. Thank you very much, Madam Announcer.
This does not strike me as a sexy romantic time, but okay.
All right. Well, it's not a sexy romantic time because that only happens at a nighttime.
I know that's right.
That's right. Usually it happens at nighttime.
I'll smack you.
Excuse me. What are you going to do?
I'll smack you.
Don't smack me because then I'll have to call the popo on you. Good morning, Bonnie.
Speaking of smack, do you remember those slip smackers when you were in grade school? Or wait, Evan, I'm just a tiny bit younger than you, so you probably
just a tiny bit.
And plus, you're not a girl, so I think the girls had more of
stop, Bonnie. I could be like a girl.
That reminded me of lip smackers.
I could bring out
now.
my feminine side if you want.
But the girls used to carry them around in those little aluminum trays. It was like a mini aluminum tray, like that big, like 2 inches.
Okay.
And then they had different flavor lip gloss in it. And
I remember lip gloss was popular back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
It had the little roller ball, and they had like strawberry and grape and honey melon and all this. And, you know, back in the day, girls would put the lip gloss on and then they'd kiss you.
Right.
And you'd feel like you're kissing a flippin' fruit tree.
And many of boys probably remember the girl in class was sitting there in the classroom and with that little roller ball, like you said, and applying her lip gloss.
Right in the class. They'd be teasing the heck out of you. And she'd give you that like look, this really sexy look while she's applying the lip gloss.
Yeah.
In the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's Fredo, the party.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's Phil's birthday party. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Is Phil attending?
Is Phil there?
Yeah, Phil's over there doing a cake stand right now. Yeah,
A
man.
cake stand?
Yeah, man. I didn't know that white boy could do that. That's cool. Yeah.
What in God's name is a cake stand?
That's where you sit on the cake and you drink beer. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Well, aren't you mushing up the cake?
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
Not really. No. And he brought Snowy, and Snowy's doing the line of catnip instead of Big Kitty. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Wow.
So Snowy's doing some snow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay. So
that dog can party. You just think that thing could just sit there at the piano all day. No, that dog can party. Yeah, man.
Okay. So who all is there at the party?
Well, Bentley's here. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Lakeisha left early, and then she had to go to work this morning, which I don't understand that.
Okay. Wow. You guys are grooving to Little Wild Cherry over there.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I played with them back in 1976.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, man.
nothing like a party on a Thursday
Wow.
morning, right?
Well, they've been going since yesterday.
Well, we started about 7 o'clock last night.
Oh, and I know you probably won't end that party till late Sunday night?
Well, no, it's going to end here Monday morning in studio.
Yeah. Let's see how Phil is when I leave him like a helpless piece of flesh. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, Phil's going to be a little verklempt.
I don't know how you
by
guys
Monday.
are going to make it even. I can't party like that anymore, Evan.
So,
Can you?
I don't know.
I have little natty ice flavored water cooler things for you. Yeah, man.
Oh.
Natty Ice. Do you have that good mango flavor?
Yeah, man.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. All right. So who all's going to be at the party in the next, like who's showing up today and who's going to be there over the weekend? And
Well, Megan McRoberts supposed to be here tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, she only drinks water. I don't get that.
Really?
Yeah, she only drinks water. So I had to have all these Zephyr Hill things. I don't know that winter drink stuff over there. I don't know about
Okay.
that. But anyway, and of course I got my Cavassier.
Okay. Well, hopefully when Megan comes to the party, she'll say,
You guys are living the good life.
there you
Oh,
go.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get her the foot bubble rub too. Yeah, man.
In the mobile foot rub. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if she's going
Okay.
to purchase that from you, Fredo.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's what's going on, Big Kitty. Big Kitty, put that tequila down. What you doing? You're already starting. What's going on here?
Jeez.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Are Big Kitty and Snowy getting along?
Yeah, are they getting
they're
along
getting
or what?
great. Actually, it was Big Kitty that gave Snowy the catnip. Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Kitty giving some of that up.
All right.
All right.
Hey, I meant
man.
to ask you, Fredo, off the topic of the party, because I know you're a big party promoter and a
Yeah.
concert promoter. Do we have a final tally of ticket sales for Bonnie's big concert that's going to be coming up here?
Yeah, I'll have it for you by the end of by tomorrow or something like that. But right now, hold on. It's good to see you, John Roberts. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, the wine's over there, babe. Yeah, go ahead, man. I'll see you a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, man.
who just walked in?
John Roberts. Yeah, man.
Who's John Roberts?
He's some kind of senator. I don't know. Some guy I pay off. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, man.
Okay. All right.
At first, I thought you mentioned a name of someone from the news media.
Wait, something's going on.
Uh-oh. Phil's doing a kickstand on his hands and drinking beer. Yeah, man.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know
Yeah.
Phil could get so wild.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've never
All
seen
right.
that side
well,
of
Fredo,
Phil.
we'll let you go and get back to your party there.
Yeah, man.
So we could do our birthdays and anniversaries, okay?
Yeah, man.
All right, Phil. I tell Phil we said hello, if you would, please.
You guys, Evan says hello. There you go.
I heard him in the background, very faintly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
all right, Fredo. You have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Hey.
Oh, jeez. Unbelievable. Well, I can only imagine what kind of shape Phil's going to be in.
Yeah,
on
and I don't
Monday.
think he's used to partying like that. And
No.
I'm surprised his wife would let him be there partying this early.
Well, Veronique gives him a pass all the time, so
Oh, you told me that before. Yeah, like he
Yeah.
was even able to go to the beach.
it was
and
the Blind Creek
the
Beach all
Blind
the time.
Creek and
Yeah,
people with these,
I get a pass every now and
yeah,
then.
yeah.
I do. Doesn't Gary give you a pass once in a while?
Gary gives me a pass, like to go to maybe my friend's house,
That's
like
it?
to Rob and Jody, and we don't venture out on each other
We got to
too
have
much.
a conversation with Gary to give you a pass to Blind Creek
Blind
Beach.
Creek Beach,
Yeah.
He'd probably be more apt to go than I would be
Okay,
apt to go.
Now we know the truth.
So I would
okay?
be the one giving him the
So
pass.
would you give him a pass to go and hang out with us just for a couple hours?
If he wanted to go there one day,
You give him a pass?
I don't
All right.
think I can be so
All right.
so
All right.
mean about that.
Hold on, we got another call. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
What do you need a pass for?
Oh boy, I'm in trouble.
Would you give him a pass, Rachel?
Would you give me a pass, Rachel?
Oh, I don't have.
Probably a
A
pass
pass
to
for
go,
what?
or probably a one-way pass out the door is what she would
Yeah,
give me.
and a kick in the
A
arse.
kick in the arse. There you go. No, just a pass to go and go wherever and do whatever within reason, of course. What? You sound like an alien.
She's
I
probably
said you're a grown man.
okay. Your phone is cutting up really bad.
Did Evan strike a nerve with
Did
you?
I strike a nerve with you this morning?
No.
Okay. All right. Just want to
I
make
haven't
sure.
had coffee yet.
Okay. Well, go get your coffee and call us back after you have your coffee.
Yeah.
But,
You know,
you're a grown man. You don't need my permission. I trust you.
Okay. There you go.
Right.
See? There you go.
I like
so I
it.
get a 24/7 pass from my wife.
she trusts you.
She
and
trusts me 24/7.
That's what you need in a relationship too.
I go
is
here, there, and everywhere,
trust.
and she trusts me.
Yeah, but now, Rachel, after the fact, would you be upset? Like, if he was at the nude beach, like afterward, would you spend all day like thinking about it and start to feeling mean?
No.
Okay.
If he
She
wants
would-
to go expose himself at a nude beach, I mean,
She doesn't care. She give me a pass. She don't care. I can go to Blind Creek Beach if I want. She has no issues with it. She won't go there, but I could
Oh.
go. She won't care.
But would you be frustrated if he was sharing?
Sharing? What are
revealing,
you sharing?
revealing with other people's to see what you should only see and what you have seen before.
Well, you came into the. How did you come into this world, Bonnie?
Oh,
How did you come into this world?
the stork brought me here.
No, besides that, did you come into this world with any clothes on?
I guess not.
Okay,
No.
there's your answer.
No, I didn't.
There's your answer.
Okay.
It's nothing that I wasn't sharing when I came into this world.
Well, I'm glad that Rachel's feeling, she's feeling very patient about it.
I would hope so. All right, go get your coffee, and I will see you later tonight. What's tonight? Did you take anything out for dinner by any chance?
No, did you?
No. Okay. Well, maybe we'll text Gavin and have Gavin take something out for dinner.
You should take out some of those bird's eye vegetables because at the beach, everybody's seeing Evan with a bird's eye view.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, what can I say? How about, would you like some fillets for dinner? Would you like filet mignon for dinner?
Sure, if you'll get sour cream.
All right, fine, I will. I just have to remember to take out filet mignon. I'll text Gavin when he gets.
And today's his early day, so.
Oh, okay, so it'll have plenty of time to thaw out. All right, very good. I got to get to birthdays and anniversaries. Go get your iced coffee with extra sugar and extra cream and extra large with the straw in it, and it's like $2 and change, whatever it cost. See, it's pretty sad. I know that.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love
No,
her
what's
laugh.
sad is you don't know the coffee order.
Oh, well, all right. Well, what is your coffee order?
A large caramel iced coffee, light and sweet.
There you go.
If you don't know me by now.
Oh, that's one of the songs that Bonnie's going to be singing in concert.
You will never, ever know.
Oh, no. Maybe the two of you can do a duet. Oh, geez. All right. I got to go, Rach. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye-bye. All right. Very good. That's the
You
life.
should know what her coffee order by now.
All right.
What if she had you go out and get her
Oh,
some?
stop already. Let me do my birthdays. All right. John Foreman, 44 years old. That's the Switchfoot singer. Jesse Tyler Ferguson, 45. That's Mitchell and Modern Family. Ichiro Suzuki is 47 years old. That's the feisty Japanese baseball stud for the Mariners.
His name is Ichiro.
Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro Suzuki.
Suzuki. Now,
Young grasshopper.
there's a great Japanese name.
Yeah, Ichiro Suzuki. Saffron Burrows, 48 years old. That's Lorraine on Boston Legal. Shelby Lynn, 52. That's the country singer. Shaggy's 52. Carlos Mencia, 53. That's the joke lifting comedian. Let me see here. Leslie West, 75 years old today. That's the one-legged guitarist for the group Mountain. Christopher Lloyd, 82. That's Doc Brown on Back to the Future. Celebrating birthdays in the heavens. Annette Funicello. You remember what her claim to fame is?
Oh, yeah, with the Mickey Mouse Club,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, one of the original Mouseketeers.
Oh, absolutely. And those iconic images on the beach with, was it her and Frankie Valli or
Yep.
was it Frankie Lyman?
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli.
Yep,
Yeah, they made such a wonderful couple out on the beach.
Do you happen to know who Curly Howard is?
From these Three Stooges.
Yeah, Three Stooges. There was Mo Shemp, and Curly.
And yeah, and you know what? I think there might have been a fourth Stooge too, but I can't remember the name. Have been four.
Stupid Stooge. There you go. Bonnie, it's 9 days until Halloween, 10 days until daylight savings time begins. But more importantly, you know what today is?
Today is, let's see, October 22nd.
Right.
What
It's National Nut Day.
It is.
Yeah, it's National Nut Day.
Do you feel like a nut today?
I feel like a whole bunch of nuts.
Like you're going nuts?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely National Nut Day. So don't kick anybody in the okay,
Right.
whatever you do, just because it's National Nut Day.
I love those like spicy hot nuts that you get at the gas stations.
I don't like
now.
any nuts.
They sell them in those red and yellow packages.
Well, if you like spicy hot nuts, I'll buy a package of spicy hot nuts.
Yes.
And then when we do the one chip challenge, you can eat the spicy hot nuts.
All right.
All right.
I'm all for that.
Are you all for that?
Yeah,
Really?
I like spicy.
You'll
hot-
indulge. You'll just
Oh.
like grab a whole handful and just shove them right in your mouth on air.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
be careful eating them though, because one time I was eating some at work and my filling came out,
Okay.
and then I had to get a whole root canal.
Okay. How many
And-
nuts can you fit in your mouth at one time?
I never counted. I
No?
mean, I never sat down to count.
No. Do you
No.
like the big nuts or the small nuts? Which ones? I mean, they come in different sizes.
I don't know.
What do you prefer?
I like the ones in those candies too that you buy, the chocolate.
Oh.
like the expensive chocolate round candy balls.
Oh, so do you
Usually
like do
there's
you
like
like
a nut-
chocolate covered nuts? You ever
Yes.
had chocolate covered nuts?
Those are
How
good
about
too.
vanilla covered nuts?
Mhm.
Those are good.
Yeah, because they with the vanilla,
Mhm.
they call it white chocolate.
Okay. Well, you know what they say. Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't.
With the almond bark, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely so. 7:22. It's time for the Nutty Newscast. Well, that's coming up in just a little bit. Anyway, normal news is right now. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. Investigators believe they have found the source of threatening emails sent to registered Democrats in Florida and elsewhere. The email sent this week warned recipients the sender would come after them if the recipient didn't vote for President Trump. The director of national intelligence and the FBI announced last night the emails came from Iran. With millions of votes already cast in the November general election, Secretary of State Laurel Lee is asking the Florida Supreme Court to reject a last-minute attempt to kill Amendment 3 that would allow voters to cast ballots in primary elections regardless of party affiliation. Opponents say it would make it harder to elect black candidates. Lee says the concern should have been raised months ago. Glenn Burhans with the group pushing Amendment 3 agrees.
They're trying to stop an election reform in the middle of an election. I find that very ironic. And of course, as the Secretary noted, would cause incredible confusion amongst the electorate.
The Martin County School District is the first district on the Treasure Coast to create a COVID-19 dashboard for parents to see. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
To date, the new school district dashboard shows that there has been 54 cases of coronavirus confirmed by the Martin County Department of Health.
It's really nice to have so I can look and make sure that the cases aren't rising above a certain percentage rate.
Inside Martin County schools, there's a new way for parents to track coronavirus cases through the district's dashboard.
I really like the part where you can see if anybody is quarantining from the schools versus how many cases there really are.
Brandy Murray has one child who attends Jensen Beach Elementary. She says she's relieved to see the school district disclosing cases.
I think that will be extremely helpful just for the county to have transparency for all the parents.
On the dashboard, parents can see cases by date, school, and grade level. It also shows how many students have had to quarantine, both total and currently.
When we go back, I'll be probably checking it like every day.
Lisa Yansarak says she thought there would have been more than 54 total cases to date.
It's very important to us that we know that they have, that someone has COVID, because this way we know we can switch them back to virtual.
She says she wishes the dashboard would have been created sooner.
It would have put a lot of parents at ease knowing what's going on in school. A lot of parents believe that the schools aren't being 100% informative and honest with what's going on.
And the Martin County School District wants to remind parents that students should be kept home from school if anyone inside the house is symptomatic, awaiting test results, or has COVID-19. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
The final presidential debate is tonight in Tennessee, and the debate commission has changed the rules, allowing the moderator to mute the candidates' microphones. Florida Atlantic University's Kevin Wagner says it is sad it has come down to this.
The idea that we can't have two candidates for the presidency of the United States respectfully listen to the other side before interjecting themselves is disappointing. And the fact that we have to mute microphones to allow that to happen, not a great moment in American politics.
The commission canceled the second debate, which was supposed to be held in Miami, because President Trump did not want to do it virtually. Lastly, humans haven't been to the moon in decades, but when mankind returns, they'll be welcomed with cell phone technology not currently available in some reaches of the U.S. Nokia announced this week a partnership with NASA to construct a 4G network on the moon. The network will assist NASA's Artemis program, which is intended to send people back to the moon by 2024. Nokia says that its 4G moon network will allow for NASA to operate rovers and stream high-definition video. On Wednesday, NASA said it will announce an exciting new discovery about the moon next week. NASA said that returning humans to the moon could support allowing humans to reach Mars by the 2030s. LSU has self-imposed penalties related to the NCAA's investigation into improper booster payments to its football players. Sports Illustrated first reported that the Tigers will lose 8 scholarships over 2 years, will reduce recruiting visits, evaluations, and communication, and have banned Cleveland Browns wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. from its football facilities for 2 years. LSU's football program is charged with a level 3 violation, including Beckham, a former Tigers star who gave $2,000 in cash to 4 Tigers football players on the field after the team's 42-25 victory over Clemson in the CFP National Championship game on January 13. A source confirmed the details in the Sports Illustrated report regarding the specific self-imposed penalties. News time is 7:27. Weather and traffic together are next.
$7:29 on the Get Up and Go show. It's a Thursday edition with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, in Stuart, we have 79 this morning, and in Eugene, Oregon, it's a chilly 37 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s. More clouds and rain moving in from off the ocean and some patchy fog for that morning commute. This afternoon, scattered rainfall and some pockets of bigger downpours, which could lead to some localized flooding in spots. Highs today in the mid 80s. Tonight, isolated rainfall with lows in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, more sunshine with lower rain chances and highs in the mid 80s. For the weekend, rain chances at 40% on Saturday, a 50% chance for rain on Sunday, highs in the mid-80s. Early next week, drier air moves in and rain chances on the lower side. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:32 right now on the Get Up and Go show. It's Evan and Bonnie. Of course, it's time for our weekly visit with Joe Contrabone. He's the one who heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber of Commerce, and I got the nickel tour last week, Bonnie, and boy, let me tell you, it's more than a nickel tour. It's worth every single penny that's in your pocket.
And it actually is bigger facilities.
I was
than
impressed.
Maybe what you're seeing from the highway there.
I was impressed, and let me tell you, when I walked in Joe's office, I thought it was in the Oval Office, for God's sakes. I'm like, oh man, this guy's got everything but the kitchen sink in there, and then some.
Joe, are you feeling presidential this morning?
I always feel presidential.
Well, you always look presidential, sir.
Man, you dress the part, you are the part, you have the part, you're the whole show. Oh my gosh. I was impressed. The gals there, they gave me a nice tour. And
did they give you like a shoulder rub too when you walked in?
If I had sat down, they probably would have done that also. But this conference room,
dating, but I don't know if they'll go that far.
Okay.
This conference room that they have at the chamber is second to none. That I was overly impressed with the entire setup they have with all the cameras, the way it's all set up. I mean, it was very, very nice, very nice at the chamber.
And did they have like a nice big long table too for the meetings?
No, it's not a long table. It's set up in it's a square like this. And then there's a big opening in the middle, and that's where all the equipment is. And you have 4 cameras aiming at the 4 different tables, and you have this big TV monitor in front of you that you can see everything. So they do all their virtual meetings in there.
That sounds more exciting than NASA or something.
That conference room is available too, that people can rent it out as well from the chamber, right, Joe?
Yes, and we like to say it's Zoom ready.
It's Zoom ready, so you can just zoom on in and zoom on out. And even have it catered as well. You can call Ellie's Downtown Deli, and they'll cater the whole darn thing for you.
Oh, that's so true. And that was an exciting Zoom meeting last week that you allowed us to come in on, Joe.
Yeah, that was fun. I can't tell you how much we enjoyed it, and everyone else that was involved enjoyed it. We asked everyone to invite a friend. All of those who were on the call last week, and of course, we have announced that we had a Breakfast Tuesday here. We had about 70 people. It was our first live event.
Wait a minute. You had 70 people in your office?
Well, in the conference room, we did.
70? Like 7-0 in that conference room?
Yes.
How do you hold that many people?
Well, normally, under normal conditions, we'd have over 100.
What?
But, they spill out into the office but yeah, we do. I mean, we push all the tables and chairs out and
wow.
And so anyway, we announced it there, and everybody thought it was really cool. And then last night we had our business after hours out at the Caribbean Shores Resort. You ever been there?
No, I never have.
Wow, it's like old Florida. It's really neat. It's old. It is an old motel, and they've redone it, and they've got a beautiful beach and a pool and a dock and tiki huts. It's really, really neat. And it's like I said. It reminds you of old Florida.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah. So
very nice.
We had about 75 there last night under a tiki hut. And of course, it didn't, thank God it didn't rain. So we announced it there too. And so, and we announced it at our board meeting yesterday, which was we had 12 people here, and then we had 12 people on Zoom.
Okay.
And we had the honor of having the new president of Indian River State College attend our meeting.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, he's a dynamo. I've been involved with IRSC ever since I got here, and Dr. Massey and I were really good friends. And I thought to myself, oh boy, how are they ever going to fill this guy's shoes? Well, I'm going to tell you, the selection committee, if anybody, and I don't mean that he's ever going to supplant what Dr. Massey did, and he recognizes and admits that. But he's going to take it to the next level. He's phenomenal. We really love him.
Okay.
He's an Auburn guy, Southeast Conference guy, and loves Southeast Conference football, which I do too. So
nice.
Anyway, we announced that we had a great board meeting yesterday. And of course, as I said, our business after hours last night, it was really neat. Everybody was really I mean, you could tell. Obviously, anyone who attended was joyful because they want to get out and be around people.
Okay.
And it was mask optional if you wanted to wear them. Some people did, others didn't. Of course, it's difficult to eat some hors d'oeuvres and drink with a mask on.
Right. Of course, definitely. So
sooner or later, the mask comes off.
So 1 week from today is the first annual chamber virtual costume contest, where we're going to have this big Zoom call at 8:00 live on the air, and your gal can stream that live.
We're going to
on the chamber's Facebook page.
Yes, we're going to stream it.
Definitely so, and people will be able to watch. And then Bonnie and I are going to judge the costume contest, and we have 3 categories. We're going to give a prize away to the most scariest. We're going to give a prize away to the most original and the cutest. Okay. So those will be the 3 categories.
Okay. So have you got? I know you said you have gift certificates for Ellie. Have you got them all covered, or do I need to get you something?
No, I've got Ellie's gift certificates, but if you want to, get from wherever and see if somebody else wants to donate, we can, put that in the till as well and just kind of sweeten the pot a little bit. Definitely.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, no problem at all. And then, of course, make sure your gal sends me an email that morning, nice and early, with the Zoom link, and then once we get done with our phone interview at 7:30, then I'll log in about 10 minutes to 8. And we'll see everybody joining in, and then we'll do some introductions, let everybody introduce themselves like we did before, where they're from, where their business is from. They can give a little plug to their business, and then we'll get into the costume contest.
It'll be nice and timely too, just 2 days before Halloween.
Yeah, definitely so. Really excited about it. So now that we got that business out of the way, Joe, let's talk about chamber business. How's the chamber doing these days?
Doing really good. Evan, thanks. Amy had a pretty good week, brought in 4 or 5 new members. And it's amazing that we're getting inquiries on the internet. We're getting walk-ins, phone calls. It's amazing. So, I keep saying we've turned the corner. I think we have. I think our renewals we're meeting budget with our renewals.
Okay.
And we've exceeded our advertising budget. And of course, we're into our new year now, but I'm very positive. I think things are looking up, and I think things now, God only knows what's going to happen with this virus. God forbid we have another setback, but barring that, I think we've turned the corner and we're moving forward. So, and I know you let me read out new members. If you would, I need to make a plea. Profits, if you'd allow me to do that.
Sure, go right on ahead, Joe.
House of Hope needs 4,000 square feet, air-conditioned square feet, 4,000 square feet to store canned food goods from November 1st to about the end of March. And of course, they don't have a lot of money. I made several phone calls yesterday. There's there's a couple of Anthony Winn-Dixies and things of that nature. So I've reached out. But if anyone out there has any suggestions or has 4,000 square feet empty, they can pay the utilities, but they're on a limited budget and they can't afford to rent a place for 6 months. So if someone has some vacant space and is willing to, and it, by the way, obviously can be used off as a write-off. So for whoever would want to do that. So anyway, that's my plea. If anyone can help, please let me know at the Stewart Chamber, and I'll give you our phone number later. But again, anyone listening, if you know someone or if you have some space available, please consider giving it to the House of Hope. We would appreciate it.
Excellent. Very, very good. So talk to me about the new businesses that have signed up with you guys this week.
A really great one. I mean, I've been there a couple of times, but the Navy SEAL Museum, they joined. I don't know if you've ever been there or not, but
isn't that up in Hutchinson Island, Fort Pierce?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's really, really interesting. But anyway, they joined. Class Act Solutions. Robert and Kurt Krull are the owners, and
Mhm.
they do security and residential audio, video, sound systems, and security type
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
And then Apex, spelled with two A's, Apex Electric. Christina Romano is the owner.
Okay.
Let's see who else we've got here.
Now, is that Navy SEAL Museum, is that all the way up in Fort Pierce?
Yeah.
So a business that
It's on-
is not in the county can still join the chamber.
Oh yeah, we have several that are not. Many, not several. We
So
have many.
my entertainment company can join your chamber if I want to.
We believe it or not, even have members in Orlando.
Oh, wow.
Fort Lauderdale and Miami, because if they're doing business here, then they join the chamber.
Okay.
So you don't have to be based here to be a member.
All right. Sounds good.
So we've got for Apex Electric. I said that. Gypsia Cottage, Gypsea, Gypsy Cottages. Kristen Poiris is the owner, and it's a store downtown. It's a boutique. They've got apparel, accessories, jewelry, gifts, home decor, etc.
Gotcha.
Sounds intriguing. I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then cruise planners, they're trying to get, they're not just a cruise travel agency. They do travel arrangements for anything, but they're called cruise planners.
Okay.
They're hoping to get obviously things going again here in a very short turnaround. I don't know when people are going to be ready to cruise again, but anyway, they've got other travel packages and arrangements that they can make. So those are some of our new members, and we've got more to announce for next week already.
Excellent. Excellent. I love it. I love it. I love it. And of course, some of the many benefits of your business joining the chamber is all the networking events that they have, the breakfasts, the after hours events, the promotions they do for you. Plus it kind of solidifies your business a little bit more if you're a member of the chamber as well. So, Joe, give out your information. So if people want to get information on how they can join the chamber, they can reach out to you directly.
Okay, great. By the way, mentioning that we have 7 events scheduled for November. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So look for a calendar. You can go on our website. Of course, we could talk about it next week.
Okay.
Whenever.
Sounds good.
My number is 772-287-1088. My extension is 108. And of course, you can go on our website, which is StewartMartinChamber.org, and there's an area of information on there on how to get in touch with us and our events and things of that nature. Our calendar is on there. If you want to look at our events coming up in November, they're already posted.
Excellent. Sounds very good. And again, congratulations to the young lady that won that gift certificate last week from Ellie's.
Yeah.
I'm sure she probably put it to good use already by now.
I'm sure she did.
Our very special guest is Joe Catrapone. He heads up the Martin Stewart Chamber of Commerce. Always a great place to be, always great people to surround yourself with. And of course, they're wonderful networking events as well. Give Joe a call. You can also go on their website as well. All the information is there. Joe, always a pleasure, and we always look forward to having you on each and every Thursday.
Good weekend. Stay safe, and I look forward to our party next week.
Definitely. It's going to be a great time.
Okay.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now. There you go.
I wonder if Joe is going to be in a costume too.
I don't know. Maybe he'll dress up as Bonnie.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
It'll make Bonnie a little taller then.
Just a tad bit. Maybe I'll dress as Bonnie. Who knows?
Maybe I'll dress as you.
That would be good.
Would be
You have to
fun.
shave your head though. I got no hair up top. 7:46 right now. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. Florida workers whose livelihoods depend on the cruise industry want the no sale order to expire at the end of the month with no more extensions.
We need our jobs back, and we need them back now. We have been out of work for far too long. It's been far too long.
Most cruise lines suspended operations in March at the start of the pandemic. Provisioners, longshoremen, and others who depend on those cruise ships protested at ports across Florida yesterday, saying they're eager to get back to work. Amendment 4, which passed in Florida in 2018, restored voting rights for people with past felony convictions after they had completed their sentences, including parole or probation. WPTV's news anchor Shannon Cake has more.
For some, this year's election will be the first time they have voted in a very long time. Today, the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition's Free the Vote bus arrived in Fort Pierce to promote early voting in St. Lucie and Indian River counties. The bus tour, part of a statewide initiative to get all registered returning citizens, people with past felony convictions, to vote in this upcoming election. We spoke with someone who will have the ability to vote for the first time in 16 years.
I could not be more grateful for everybody who passed Amendment 4, or know that this is purpose in my life, and I want to take it seriously, and I want to show the gratitude by being a good citizen and encouraging other people to get out and be full participants in the community.
The coalition's next event will be held at Nelson's Outreach Ministries in Riviera Beach this Saturday. If you'd like more information, you can go to our website, WPTV.com.
Concerned about the uncertainty of voting on Election Day during a pandemic, 720,000 Floridians have already taken advantage of the early voting option that began Monday in most of the state. 2.9 million vote by mail ballots have been received. Another 2.9 million ballots have not yet been returned. SpaceX is scheduled to launch more Starlink internet satellites from Cape Canaveral today. However, weather conditions are only 50% go for the 12:14 p.m. Eastern Time liftoff of a Falcon 9 rocket. And lastly, last year, Kellogg's released an Elf on the Shelf cereal, and apparently people like the idea of eating a creepy toy elf because the cereal was popular enough that they're bringing it back this year and making a second flavor. The original flavor is sugar cookie flavored cereal pieces with marshmallows. The new flavor is candy cane cookie flavored pieces with marshmallows. The new version is going on sale right now exclusively at Walmart. Stan Van Gundy has agreed to become the next head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. He confirmed this yesterday. Quote, "I'm excited to join a talented New Orleans Pelicans team," Van Gundy said in Wednesday on Twitter. "It will be an honor to work with our players and to work for Mr. Benson and David Griffin, Trayon Langdon, their staff, and the great people of New Orleans. I can't wait to talk to our players and get the process started." Van Gundy, the former Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, and Detroit Pistons head coach, becomes the 7th coach in Pelicans franchise history. News time is 7:50. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:51, the time on the Thursday edition of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
You want to, give yourself a little extra time if you're getting on the turnpike heading southbound in Martin County this morning. In Hobe Sound at the moment, there is an accident, and this is at mile marker 122. This accident is southbound. And then further down the road, there's a little bit of road construction going on the turnpike down by Jupiter, so the left lane in that area too is blocked. So you're going to find a little bit of backup there this morning. And there's your latest look at traffic. It's 77 in Port St. Lucie, and in Louisa, Finland, it's 48 with rain. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s. More clouds and rain moving in from off the ocean and some patchy fog for that morning commute. This afternoon, scattered rainfall and some pockets of bigger downpours, which could lead to some localized flooding in spots. Highs today in the mid 80s. Tonight, isolated rainfall with lows in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, more sunshine with lower rain chances and highs in the mid 80s. For the weekend, rain chances at 40% on Saturday, a 50% chance for rain on Sunday, highs in the mid 80s. Early next week, drier air moves in and rain chances on the lower side.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
7:57 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we're going to have our Stupid News segment. And then, of course, Randy Siegel's going to be here. We'll talk a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just all sorts of stuff. Want to play this for you right now as we take you into the news. It's another one of those parodies from the Holderness family called Another Big Fight for Us. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and we'll just kind of set this right here and let you listen to it.
Versus defense. You were angry, and I didn't know why we couldn't just have a truce. But then I learned that I was talking down, and it makes me kind of a douche. Uh-oh. Another big fight for us. Now we gotta rebuild our trust. Yeah, we're gonna move on, but it's not too long till another big fight for us. Hey, do you do this too? Another big fight for us.
What? Did you see this? What's happening?
Right now?
I'm very busy. With what? Very busy things.
You spent all day on your phone, read about politics. You tell me I ruined our home because I took the smelly. Are you happy? Are you sad? Throw my clothes away. Yeah, having worn them in a year doesn't mean I won't someday. Come on. Another big fight for us.
I said we're gonna get sushi.
We're gonna scream loud and cuss. Yeah, you think that I'm wrong, and I know that you're wrong. Another big fight for us. Hey, I got mud on my shoes. Another big fight for us. Come on.
Have you seen my son?
Your what?
What does it have?
No. What? I hate how you talk while you're walking away, but you hate my chewing. I live way too sloppy life. You're anally clean. Do you really need to organize everything I own? And you get mad when I talk too much because you need some time alone. Come on.
You cannot tell me how to feel.
Another big fight for us.
You keep putting the knives up, which basically stabs
Some of
me.
them are ridiculous. And it takes so long to admit that we're wrong. Another big fight for us. Hey, there'll be another one soon. Another big fight for us. Yeah.
Every
Another big fight for us. Snoring. Another big fight for us. Thermostat. Another big fight for us. Money. Another big fight for us. I'm lazy.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Excuse me, could you translate that to English, please?
Do you speak any English?
Well, I do speak English.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I don't know. Would you say that again, please? Bonnie, do you understand what that person is saying?
No, but
Because I damn sure don't.
that sounded like Chris Rock or someone.
I don't
or
know.
Either Chris Rock or maybe Kevin Hart.
I have no idea. I
Sounded-
wasn't talking about that person. I was talking about this person. I can't understand a word they're saying.
For as wild and crazy as those two are, that could have been either one of them too.
I have no idea.
Somebody is just like really excited because the weekend's almost upon us.
Yeah, to say if we're getting started right, complete understatement.
Yeah, man.
That's right, because we're going to be having a good time, and Fredo's party for Phil has already started.
Ba, 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 boom.
That's right. It's going strong.
Good gosh, it's like not even Friday yet.
No.
And they started the party yesterday
Oh,
already.
yeah.
And you know, Fredo is not a young stud muffin anymore.
No,
I
no,
mean-
not at all.
And I don't know how he carries on a party for 3 or 4 days. And then to wake up with us on a Monday morning and play his instruments and get the band together. Woo, I don't want to be in his shoes come Monday morning. Put it that way.
All I got to say is,
boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
yeah, he does. He's got a lot of that for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do some stupid news.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
Yeah. Are you stupid or not? Well, let's get on the highway eastbound and down as we go to Topeka, Kansas, where the Shawnee County Sheriff's Office said a teen was taken into custody recently following an incident at the Petro Deli. Officers had responded to a call around 3 o'clock in the morning. When they arrived, they found a 17-year-old naked and under the influence. Well, he wasn't completely naked. According to the official police report, the boy had covered himself in ranch dressing.
Wow, really?
Ranch dressing, Bonnie.
He would make a salad.
Sure he would.
Let's toss some leaves in there. Leaf lettuce.
I said it to Maynard's there, young man. He also allegedly damaged property inside the business, jumped into a running vehicle, and then crashed it into a pillar. Deputies took him into custody and then to a local hospital where they said he was released to his parents. Don't you know they were extremely proud of him.
And I hope
Believe
they
it or
like
not.
ranch dressing too.
Yeah.
With that matter.
Human salad. All right, come on over here. Let me stick a fork in you and see if you're done.
You know, you're playing Eastbound and Down, Moving
Yeah.
On and Trucking.
Yeah.
That's from Smokey and the Bandit,
Of course
right?
it is.
And there's a Smokey and the Bandit TV show, I guess, that's in the works.
Yes, it is.
Believe it or not.
I'm excited about that.
I am too.
It's going to be good. There's a 38-year-old guy who lives in a mobile home in Benton County, Washington. And this past Sunday morning, he got upset at a family of raccoons who were living under his trailer.
Oh.
He did not like those raccoons under the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to scare them away, but somehow in the process, he knocked over a candle that was lit in the trailer
Oh, no.
and set the entire trailer on fire.
Oh, that's...
Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but his trailer was completely destroyed.
That I'm sure that trailer went down fast.
Yeah, there's no word on
Oh.
whether the raccoons have been relocated, but if they have, well, mission accomplished.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
those raccoons that were in The Great Outdoors, the movie with John Candy.
Yeah.
Every time they would pan the camera to those crazy raccoons, that was a lot of fun.
The Tennessee Volunteers recently got blown out in a college football game this past weekend by the Kentucky Wildcats. They lost 34-7. That's pretty bad, but this guy may have taken an even bigger loss. The Tennessee fan called into a sports talk radio show after the game to share a story. Quote, "I did something today that I've never done. I messed up and threw a beer bottle through my window, and my wife left me. But wait, there's more. Quote, I don't even drink. I had 2 beers. I wasn't even drunk. And when his wife told him she was leaving to stay at her mom's for a while, he tried to get her to stay by apologizing and telling her, quote, Tennessee football done this to me.
Done it straight.
Done it. I didn't do it. Unfortunately for him, she blamed him for the broken window, and she wound up leaving.
Yeah, it struck me as very peculiar when he said, I don't even drink, but I had 2 beers.
Yeah.
And one of those beers just happened to fly through the window.
Happened to fly through the air with ease.
But blame that gosh darn Tennessee team.
Yes.
It sounds like this fella has done this sort of thing before, probably for her to leave him.
Now, Bonnie, these next 2 stories are really going to make your hair stand on end. I'm telling you right now, I am forewarning you.
Is it about a scary clown
it's
or
not,
anything?
It's not for the weak at heart.
Uh-huh.
The first one is there's a photo of a dominatrix taking her submissive for a walk on a leash through a supermarket that has gone viral. Okay, now let that sit in for a minute.
This is worse than a scary clown.
Visualize that.
Yes.
But the woman captured in the photo defended the trip and explained that she wanted a bottle of juice. Now, the unusual scene went viral after an image of the couple in a health food store in Los Angeles was posted to Twitter. The photo captioned, quote, spotted at Erewhon today, racked up more than 100,000 likes and 50,000 retweets. It showed a woman wearing a very skimpy outfit with chunky boots, walking a man on all 4s through the store while attached to this leash. Now, even in their eye-catching garb, the pair made sure to follow coronavirus safety guidelines by wearing masks. So you got to give them credit for that.
Wow.
Following the unusual incident, the mystery dominatrix was tracked down. Speaking to the local paper, the woman who gave her name as Lark said she had been buying a drink when the photo was taken. She said, quote, I just wanted some juice and brought my submissive with me.
Wow. Imagine that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
If I saw anything like that around here, I would just, God.
Could you imagine walking into Publix or Walmart and seeing a dominatrix walking a guy on all 4s with a leash around his neck?
Yeah, not everybody wants to see that. I don't care if she had like 100,000 likes or who liked it. Not everybody is going to want to see that.
Excuse me, let me take my human for a walk.
Yeah, and then, it's so ironic that she's in a health store, and I think, doing that, even though they were wearing their masks, that's just an unhealthy thing to do. There's a lot of people that don't want to see that.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, Bonnie, how would you rate that on the strange meter?
1 being the strangest.
No, one being the least strange and 10 being way out there in outer space.
A 10.
You give it a 10?
Yeah.
This next story, you're going to give an 11.
Really?
Yes.
How can things get any juicier than that one?
A man has been jailed for 3 years for having sex with his own pet chickens while his wife filmed him.
This is getting more outrageous by the minute. I don't know what to say or do, Evan.
Police describe the man as deprived, despicable, and perverted for the animal abuse that would make any right-thinking member of society sick to their stomach.
Yeah.
The man abused the chickens in the basement of the home he shared with his wife, who was also featured in the footage of the abuse. Now, the videos recorded using a GoPro camera were saved under the file name Family Videos. Yeah, Family Videos. Okay. At one stage, the man alternated between having intimate relations with his wife and the chickens.
I don't know who's the sickest right here.
Wait, let me, it goes on here, and then we'll talk about it. Man was sentenced after pleading guilty to having intimate relations with the chickens, possessing images of himself and his wife engaging in acts with a dog, and making indecent images of children. His wife was handed a 6-month suspended sentence after admitting that she filmed her husband. The brown and white chickens died as a result of the abuse at the couple's home. Okay, so it doesn't get any stranger than that.
Yeah.
That is probably in my 9-10 months of doing the morning show here. That one takes the cake. I give that one a score of an 11 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah, it is bad, and I just hate to hear of abuse of chickens or any kind of animals. And that story really breaks my heart, and it's frustrating to me that he and her could be so sick.
Yeah.
It's a frustrating, it gives you a frustrating feeling.
I don't make this stuff up,
I
folks.
know. I know.
Don't. I do not make this stuff up. I literally have websites I go to get these stories from.
Yeah.
That's why they're called stupid news. And that is stupidity at 150%.
Hands
down.
You just
no
gotta,
questions asked.
You got to shake your head knowing that there are that kind of people in the world.
Yeah.
That's
stupidity.
Yeah, it takes my breath away and almost brings tears to my eyes.
I'm at a loss for words on that story.
Yeah.
That takes the cake. I mean, literally, and that one takes the cake.
It's
of
creepy.
All the stories we've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, okay, I got to read this one. Because you just, like I said, you just cannot make this stuff up. So from the extreme to the not so extreme, from the fake news to the real news, here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. The Martin County School District is the first district on the Treasure Coast to create a COVID-19 dashboard for parents to see. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
Today, the new school district dashboard shows that there has been 54 cases of coronavirus confirmed by the Martin County Department of Health.
It's really nice to have so I can look and make sure that the cases aren't rising above a certain percentage rate.
Inside Martin County schools, there's a new way for parents to track coronavirus cases through the district's dashboard.
I really like the part where you can see if anybody is quarantining from the schools versus how many cases there really are.
Brandy Murray has one child who attends Jensen Beach Elementary. She says she's relieved to see the school district disclosing cases.
I think that will be extremely helpful just for the county to have transparency for all the parents.
On the dashboard, parents can see cases by date, school, and grade level. It also shows how many students have had to quarantine, both total and currently.
When we go back, I'll be probably checking it like every day.
Lisa Yansarak says she thought there would have been more than 54 total cases to date.
It's very important to us that we know that they have, that someone has COVID, because this way we know we can switch them back to virtual.
She says she wishes the dashboard would have been created sooner.
It would have put a lot of parents at ease knowing what's going on in the school. A lot of parents believe that the schools aren't being 100% informative and honest with what's going on.
And the Martin County School District wants to remind parents that students should be kept home from school if anyone inside the house is symptomatic, awaiting test results, or has COVID-19. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
With millions of votes already cast in the November general election, Secretary of State Laurel Lee is asking the Florida Supreme Court to reject a last-minute attempt to kill Amendment 3 that would allow voters to cast ballots in primary elections regardless of party affiliation. Opponents say it would make it harder to elect Black candidates. Lee says the concern should have been raised months ago. Glenn Burhans with the group pushing Amendment 3 agrees.
They're trying to stop an election reform in the middle of an election. I find that very ironic. And of course, as the Secretary noted, would cause incredible confusion amongst the electorate.
A former Florida deputy accused of having sex with a 15-year-old girl has pleaded guilty to federal child pornography charges. Travis Ryan Pritchard, age 37, pleaded guilty Wednesday in Jacksonville federal court to producing an image of a child being sexually abused and possessing an image of a prepubescent child being sexually abused. The former Clay County deputy faces up to 50 years in prison at sentencing. A sentence date wasn't immediately announced. And lastly, Phil Collins will get the chance to inventory his belongings from the Miami Beach mansion he claims has been seized by his ex-wife and her new husband, alleging they've hired armed guards in to patrol the property and changed alarm codes to keep the In the Air Tonight singer out. A Miami-Dade County judge ruled Tuesday that Collins will be allowed to enter the home at 5800 North Bay Road to identify his personal belongings. The order comes a week after Collins filed a lawsuit alleging that Orianne C.V. Collins, Mahady Bates, and Thomas Bates, whom she married in August, have refused to vacate the property, which was once owned by Jennifer Lopez, and have commandeered the former Genesis frontman's home through a show of force. Collins, who had been married and divorced 3 times, bought the waterfront estate for $33 million in 2015. Miami-Dade County property records show the property is currently for sale at an asking price of $40 million. Brandon Lowe homered twice as the Rays dropped the Dodgers 6-4 in Game 2 of the World Series in Arlington. Tampa Bay ties the best-of-7 set at 1 game each now. Lowe says the whole Rays lineup is dangerous.
I mean, it shows that there's no quit, and it doesn't matter who it is up at the plate. It's 1 through 9 and then some with the guys on the bench. It's a scary lineup to face, and I think we got a lot more to prove.
Lowe hit night's game. Game 3 is tomorrow night. Starts at 8:08 p.m. and you can hear it on our sister station, 1590 WPSL. Our news time is 8:25. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:26 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
And on the roadway right now, the latest from FHP, I'm still going to try to see if they're having the road construction in our area. It looks like I-95 northbound, there's a crash. And this is I-95 northbound in Jupiter at the exit ramp without any roadblock. And that's the only accident we're showing for Martin and St. Lucie counties this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 79 here in Stuart. In Nice, France this morning, 70 and partly sunny. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s. More clouds and rain moving in from off the ocean and some patchy fog for that morning commute. This afternoon, scattered rainfall and some pockets of bigger downpours, which could lead to some localized flooding in spots. Highs today in the mid 80s. Tonight, isolated was in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, more sunshine with lower rain chances and highs in the mid 80s. For the weekend, rain chances at 40% on Saturday, a 50% chance for rain on Sunday, highs in the mid 80s. Early next week, drier air moves in and rain chances on the lower side. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:31 right now on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for our daily space report with the one and only Randy Siegel. And I can't wait to hear this one because Chris Cassidy is back safe on Earth, right?
Yes, sir. Most assuredly. We're going to talk about that in 1 second. Let's just go quickly to space history. In 1966, Russia launched its Luna 12 spacecraft. That spacecraft went into orbit around the moon and sent back photographs from the time it was launched until January 19th, 1967. So they got some good pictures from the moon. The Venera 9 spacecraft for Russia around Venus and sent back beautiful pictures of the Venetian surfaces, as much as they could see. And lastly, in 1992, NASA launched its STS-52 space shuttle mission, which placed into orbit a laser geodynamic satellite, as well as had a microgravity payload for the astronauts to work on in orbit. Yep, yesterday they came home. After spending 196 days living and working above the Earth on the International Space Station, Chris Cassidy, along with Ivan Wagner and Anatoly Ivanushin, made a successful return home to Earth. The crew departed the station at 7:32 p.m. yesterday evening and landed just south of the town of Dezagan in Kazakhstan at 10:54. They've undergone preliminary medical checks at the landing site, and then they split up. Cassidy boarded a NASA plane back to Houston, while Wagner and Ivanushin flew to Star City in Russia. So it was the end of a beautiful, beautiful mission, to say the least. When you consider the fact that Cassidy, along with Bob Behnken, conducted 4 spacewalks at the station, and they were able to get great science, as well as attempting to fix a leak on board the station. It's amazing how they're able to do that. Not only that, before they left, they also had to make sure the oxygen generating system was working properly. It had gone down, and they disassembled it, put it back together again, and they're now working with it. So once again, there's little bitty nits that take place on the International Space Station, and the hope is that there'll be no problem for that to happen. The astronauts spent very little time on the ground. Typically, they have ceremonies that take place in Kazakhstan, but for this mission, they did not. The reason for that is because of COVID-19, plus a desire to protect the astronauts. And those who did meet them on Earth wore special gear to make sure that they were not exposed to COVID-19. You've got to remember, they've been in space for 6 months. Their immune systems are basically a little bit compromised. So NASA, as well as the Russians, are doing everything possible to prevent them from being infected. Today's launch of a Falcon 9 rocket is scheduled for 12:14 this afternoon. There's a 50-50 chance of weather being okay to fly, and a 40% chance tomorrow of weather being okay. There are cumulus clouds and there are rough seas. Well, some of those rough seas may prevent the first stage from being recovered on the drone ship. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not SpaceX goes forward with that launch this afternoon. We're going to have to keep it on a minute-by-minute lookout to see if this takes place. They are hopeful that they'll be able to get off, but they do have backup dates available to them. Over on the Bahia Peninsula in, on the peninsula in New Zealand, the Rocket Lab company had to stand down from their launch that they were going to have because of a sensor problem that needed to be looked at. Peter Beck, the head of the company, says that they have backup opportunities all the way through November 3rd in order for that flight to take place, and they're hopeful they'll be able to get it done. A Russian cosmonaut has left the cosmonaut corps and he's now a member of the State Duma. The astronauts, a lot of them go back into working with the Duma or working with the Space Corps. In this case, astronaut Samokiev began working with the Duma. So Alexander Samokiev is now part of the Russian government as he has left the astronaut corps. Dmitry Rogozin, the head of Energia in Russia, was re-elected chairman of the board of directors of the Rocket and Space Corporation. The vote was taken with 9 people, and there were no dissenting votes cast against him. So obviously they believe that Rogozin is doing a good job. NASA is taking a look at one of the engines that flew on the last manned flight. There's concern that that engine experienced some abnormal performance. NASA will not commit another vehicle for a manned flight until they're certain that they have corrected the problem. On November 10th, they're working on launching a Falcon 9 from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, releasing a National Reconnaissance Orbiting satellite into a polar orbit. It's much easier to do that from Vandenberg than from the Cape, but they can't use polar orbits from the Cape. Therefore, the Crew 1 mission is scheduled for mid-November to late November. Tomorrow, we're going to tell you about Elon and the work he's doing with his new Raptor engine, as well as Kazakhstan wanting to send women into space. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Daily Space Report. He's on the program each and every Friday at 8:30. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie's standing by with some of the most delectable treats this side Martin County.
Hey, Evan, and you might want to sink your teeth into a fresh jumbo wrap like a steak fajita wrap. Oh, yeah, a flour tortilla, a tortilla wrap of your choice with sauteed peppers, onions, some spiced steak in this, cilantro, jasmine rice included.
Okay.
And cheddar cheese, Thai chili sauce, sour cream, and chopped romaine. And you have a nice side of maybe some cool crispy coleslaw or some cold fluffy potato salad with your steak fajita wrap today. Ellie's also serves Mrs. Peter smoked fish dip. It's served over a bed of lettuce with chopped onion, tomato, jalapenos, and crackers. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,905.70 an ounce. Silver opening up $24.58 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. It is now 8:41 on the Thursday edition of the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's head over to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. The Martin County School District is the first district on the Treasure Coast to create a COVID-19 dashboard for parents to see. WPTV's Derek Lowe has details.
Today, the new school district dashboard shows that there has been 54 cases of coronavirus confirmed by the Martin County Department of Health.
It's really nice to have so I can look and make sure that the cases aren't rising above a certain percentage rate.
Inside Martin County schools, there's a new way for parents to track coronavirus cases through the district's dashboard.
I really like the part where you can see if anybody is quarantining from the schools versus how many cases there really are.
Brandy Murray has one child who attends Jensen Beach Elementary. She says she's relieved to see the school district disclosing cases.
I think that will be extremely helpful just for the county to have transparency for all the parents.
On the dashboard, parents can see cases by date, school, and grade level. It also shows how many students have had to quarantine, both total and currently.
When we go back, I'll be probably checking it like every day.
Lisa Yansarak says she thought there would have been more than 54 total cases to date.
It's very important to us that we know that they have, that someone has COVID, because this way we know we can switch them back to virtual.
She says she wishes the dashboard would have been created sooner.
It would have put a lot of parents at ease knowing what's going on in the school. A lot of parents believe that the schools aren't being 100% informative and honest with what's going on.
And the Martin County School District wants to remind parents that students should be kept home from school if anyone inside the house is symptomatic, awaiting test results, or has COVID-19. Reporting in Martin County, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told Contact 5 his agency is prepared and paying attention everywhere to reassure voters headed the polls or ballot drop box this election. WPTV's Contact 5 investigator Michael Buchner sat down with the Palm Beach County Sheriff and has this.
Temperature across the United States is pretty high, without a doubt. So, radar is up and we're making sure that everything's going to go smooth here.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told Contact 5 his agency is prepared and paying attention everywhere to reassure voters headed to the polls or ballot drop box this election.
That our resources are deployed appropriately and we have the necessary plans in place to make sure that they'll be safe, they'll be comfortable, they won't be intimidated.
Have there been any threats that have been made that maybe have you concerned?
No, not so far.
Nothing.
Nope.
Sheriff Bradshaw, who's running for re-election and seeking a 5th term, told Contact 5 that he's in almost daily communication with Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections, Wendy Sartori-Link.
Have a great relationship with the Supervisor of Elections. We're making sure the tabulation sites are secure, that they're not going to be disrupted. You have a number of sites where people can actually physically put their mail-in ballot into a box. So we physically have eyes on it. Between her staff and mine, it's monitored 24 hours a day to make sure nobody tampers with those boxes.
The sheriff understandably declined to answer specific questions about manpower during early voting and on election day, saying he doesn't discuss operational issues. We also asked him about his efforts to monitor social media for any alarming chatter about the election.
We're in charge of Homeland Security for South Florida. So you can read into that what you like, but we're able to gather the intelligence that we need to get for whatever threat's going to be in South Florida.
What is your message to anyone thinking about maybe going to the polls and maybe trying to intimidate voters?
It's not going to work for you. We're not going to tolerate any type of disruption at the polls.
And the sheriff also offered this assurance to Palm Beach County voters looking to cast their ballot.
No one's going to harass you. No one's going to try to intimidate you.
In Palm Beach County, Michael Buchner, WPTV News Channel 5.
Investigators believe they have found the source of threatening emails sent to registered Democrats in Florida and elsewhere. The email sent this week warned recipients the sender would come after them if the recipient didn't vote for President Trump. The Director of National Intelligence and the FBI announced last night the emails came from Iran. And lastly, SpaceX is scheduled to launch more Starlink internet satellites from Cape Canaveral today. However, weather conditions are only 50% go for the 12:14 p.m. Eastern Time liftoff of a Falcon 9 rocket. Days after being released from a Tallahassee hospital where he was being treated for the coronavirus, legendary former Florida State football coach Bobby Bowden is praising America as the greatest country this side of heaven and announcing his support for President Donald Trump. Bowden released a 9-paragraph statement Wednesday thanking the many, many people who were thinking of and praying for him after he was diagnosed with COVID-19. Quote, I went through a battle with COVID-19 and God just wasn't ready to take me home to be with him yet, the 90-year-old retired coach said. News time is 8:46. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
8:48 the time of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, things happening on the roads, and they're to the south of us. For instance, there's a road construction on the Turnpike southbound down by Jupiter, and the left lane is closed, so you might find a little bit of backup. On I-95 too at Indiantown Road in Jupiter, I-95 northbound, there is a vehicle crash. And there's not any roadblock from that accident. But we are not finding any accidents to report I-95 southbound that way. And there's your latest look at traffic. And we have 77 in Stewart. It's a cloudy sky, chilly 26 in Hibben, Minnesota. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Thursday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s. More clouds and rain moving in from off the ocean and some patchy fog for that morning commute. This afternoon, scattered rainfall in some pockets of bigger downpours, which could lead to some localized flooding in spots. Highs today in the mid 80s. Tonight, isolated rainfall with lows in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, more sunshine with lower rain chances and highs in the mid 80s. For the weekend, rain chances at 40% on Saturday, a 50% chance for rain on Sunday, highs in the mid-80s. Early next week, drier air moves in and rain chances on the lower side. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the biggest little radio show on the biggest little planet, the Get Up and Go Show with Evan.
8:52 right now, the Get Up and Go show. As we start to wind things down, we have another caller. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Good morning, sir.
You've torn away from the party, I see.
Actually, I'm making a run to the liquor store, sir.
Oh, okay.
Oh, goodness. You have to be their liquor store runner.
Yeah, he's the
That
gopher.
Doesn't sound fair, Bentley. I hope they give you...
I get paid for it either way, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, well, since I've got you on the phone, I want to test your knowledge skills because you're the brainiac out of everybody, and we're going to play a round of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So let's do that right now if we could. Very simple game that we do, and when we have time to do it with certain people, we do it, and we're going to test Bentley's knowledge. These are standard fifth grade questions from a fifth grade curriculum, in the United States? And all you have to do is answer the question correctly. So we're going to spin the wheel to see who goes first this morning.
Bentley, what was your favorite subject back in 5th grade?
I liked cooking class. Ma'am.
Thank God you didn't say something else, because I'd have fallen over if you would have said something else. All right. Let's see here. It landed on Bentley. So, Bentley, you're going to go first, okay?
Okay.
Question number 1. What was the first day of the 20th century? Was it A, January 1st, 2000, B, January 1st, 1900, or C, January 1st, 1901?
January 1st, 1900.
1900? Incorrect. Bonnie?
I think it was January 1st, 2020.
It's January 1st, 1901.
Oh.
It's the first day of the 20th century.
Oh, I thought that's what Bentley said.
No, he said
1900?
1900.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes. All right. Bentley still has control. Question number 2. The Lewis and Clark expeditions were commissioned by whom? A, Thomas Jefferson, B, Queen Isabella, or C, George Washington?
It'd be the A.
A is correct. Bentley has a point. All right. Which of the following was not written by Mark Twain? A, Huckleberry Finn, B, Gulliver's Travels, or C, Life on the Mississippi?
That would be C.
C? Incorrect. Bonnie?
B, Gulliver's Travels wasn't.
Correct. Bonnie has a point. She's in control where she should be.
Mark Twain was all about that Mississippi River,
That's
you know.
right. All right. Here we go, Bonnie. What is an antonym of beautiful? Is it A, ugly, B, pretty, or C, gorgeous?
That would be antonym being likeness. It's pretty.
Pretty? Incorrect.
Oh, it's
Bentley?
That would be C.
Incorrect. An antonym is the opposite.
Opposite. And
opposite. So it's
synonym.
A, ugly. Synonym is synonymous.
Synonym's
As in the same.
I
Yes.
got that screwed up.
All right. Still have control. What species can live on water and land? A, reptiles, B, amphibians, or C, mammals?
Wait, whose turn is it?
Well, who control last?
I think I.
Was
that
it-
was
oh.
that was the Almighty Goddess of Radio box.
Oh, the goddess. Okay.
Okay, so could you repeat the question, please?
Yes, that's an extra $5.
Okay.
What species can live on both water and land? A, reptiles, B, amphibians, or C, mammals?
I should know this one. It's
Mhm.
B, amphibians.
Correct. All right. Where is the largest rainforest in the world, Bonnie? A, Brazil, B, Argentina, or C, the Amazon? And I'm not talking about Amazon.com.
Okay, the largest rainforest I'm considering is the Amazon,
Correct.
which is also a part of Brazil.
Yes.
I know a part of that. The
Okay.
big river, anyway.
I
Runs.
am trained in giving Brazilians, by the way.
Oh, jeez. Why did I know he was going to? All right. All right. Sure. No problem. Anything you say. All right, Bonnie, you're in control. How many years did World War II last? A, 4 years, B, 6 years, or C, 7 years?
I think it went on 7 years. No.
Incorrect.
What are the options again?
A, 4 years, B, 6, or C, 7?
That would be B.
That would be B, and that is correct. All right. What was the first building in the United States to have over 100 floors, Bentley? Is it A, the Empire State Building, B, the Woolworth Building, or C, the Chicago Tribune Tower?
I would say the Empire State Building.
That is correct.
Oh, good job.
All right. You're still in charge, Bentley. What percentage of Earth is covered in water? A, 68, B, 71, or C, 79?
79.
79? Incorrect. Bonnie?
What was B? B.
B is correct. All right, Bonnie, you have the final question. How many vowels are in the English language? A5, B6, or C7?
A, E, Y, O, U, and sometimes Y.
Wait a minute. Repeat what you just said again. Repeat that again.
How many vowels?
No, I want you to say the vowels again.
Yep. A, E, I, O, U, and
Right.
sometimes Y.
All right.
I'm going to give it 6, Evan.
You're going to give it 6? Incorrect.
Darn that Y.
No.
Lies.
Nope. Bentley?
Five.
Correct. 5.
Wow.
5,
And
Bonnie.
sometimes why.
Sometimes why, but we're not counting.
Oh, the sometimes.
Sometimes why.
Just-
Show.
You can't be a part timer in the vowel crew, I guess.
Yeah, you
The
gotta
bu-
be-
It almost only counts in horseshoes and
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So, what are you picking up at the liquor store, if you don't mind me asking?
I
And
have to
don't
get a
say
couple-
liquor, okay, please.
liquor. I hardly know her.
Okay,
Heyo.
all right. So, what are you picking up at the liquor store?
I am getting about cases of Tito's vodka.
Oh,
And then I have to get some Jack Daniels, and then Fredo said he needs some Cavassier.
yes. And Bonnie, what would you like him to pick up for you for Monday morning?
For Monday morning?
Yes, because we're going to give you a little liquor Monday morning.
I don't know.
What would you prefer?
I'm going to go clean without the liquor. A little bit of Gatorade would be good.
Gatorade?
Yeah.
You can
Bentley.
mix that with vodka.
Yeah, Bentley, could you spike the Gatorade, please, Bentley? Okay,
Absolutely.
spike
Do whatever
the
you want to
Gatorade. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day, Bentley. We'll talk to you soon.
Spike
Bye-bye.
that Gatorade
All
if you
right,
want
Bentley's
a scary
outta here.
show.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, that's a wrap for us. That's the Thursday edition. One more day and the weekend's here. So we say
Yeah.
Chow mein.
Honduras.
And Arrivederci, folks. Have a great Thursday and spread the love, as we like to say. Spread the love.
And maybe catch Evan on that Ellen DeGeneres
That's
show
right.
up and coming.
Catch me on Friday.
Yeah.
Folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Bye-bye. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station.